Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Ministry of Education and Partners COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. The Ministry of Education and Partners COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program is a 30-minute radio intervention support program that is meant to provide continuous instruction to keep you academically engaged during this stay-at-home period, as well as preparing you, our 6th, 9th, and 12th graders for the pending Liberia Primary School Certificate Exam, Liberia Junior High School Certificate Exam, and West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate Exam when the time comes. Also, in addition to this academic support, the program is meant to provide psychosocial support for learners, teachers, and parents, and also tips on how you as parents and teachers can provide support to your students and children at home. Now, let's join our teacher for today's lesson.
Hello, listeners, parents, guardians, and learners. My name is Heanneah Farwenee, along with
Maive and Bombo.
And together we'll be teaching you for today, lesson 3. We are still on the theme food we eat, and the sub-theme for this week is meat, fruits, and vegetables. But for today's lesson, we will be talking about foods that come from animals. Please take your pencil, pen, and copybook and get ready for today's lesson. Parents and guardians, please listen and guide your children through this lesson. Again, welcome and let's learn. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify foods that come from animals, pronounce consonants and a vowel at the beginning of words. Materials needed for this lesson are animal and food cards and pictures from magazines, heavy paper, cartoon or old playing cards, scissors, glue or tape, crayons or markers, and clear contact paper. Parents and guardians, please gather together the materials I have listed in order to begin our lesson. Now let's take a break, and when we return, Miss Maive and Bombo will take us through our lesson for today.
Coronavirus is spread via droplets. When the person coughs or sneezes, the droplets land on surfaces and are picked up on the hands of others and spread further. People catch the virus when they touch their infected hands to their mouth, nose, or eyes. It follows that the single most important thing you can do to protect yourself is keep your hands clean by washing them frequently with soap and water or hand sanitizer.
Parents and guardians, welcome back. Let's begin our lesson for today. We will now sing our song. Please sing along as the song plays. Welcome back, parents. Now, parents, review the previous lesson with your child. In our last lesson, we talked about where food comes from. We learned that foods we eat come from plants and are of different types. The food that comes from plants are roots which grow under the ground and leaves which grow above the ground and are the flowery part of the plants. We also learned about the taste and color of food from plants. Today, we will be talking about foods that come from animals. Before we begin our today's topic, please listen to the song that introduces the topic and sing along as the song plays.
Carrot, carrot, cabbage, cabbage, broccoli, broccoli. 1, 2, 3. Let's chop some carrots, carrots. Na na na. Let's chop some cabbage, cabbage. Na na na. Let's chop some broccoli, broccoli. Na na na. Some vegetables for you and me. Carrot, cabbage, broccoli. Carrot, cabbage, broccoli. Some vegetables for you and me.
Thank you, parents, for singing along as the song was playing. Say to your child, I'm about to read for you a story entitled Food That Comes from Animals. Please listen carefully as I read. I'm going to ask you some questions from the reading. Food that comes from animals. Mr. and Mrs. Flomo were living near a big city with their 2 children, Kebe and Kolu. One day, Mr. and Mrs. Flomo said to both girls, "We are going to the supermarket. Would you like to go with us?" They said in unison, excitedly. This seems to be a big word. Unison means together. Therefore, they said yes together happily. Going to the supermarket with Papa and Mama was always fun. In the supermarket, there are so many good things and food to see and buy. While in the supermarket, Mommy took the big can of milk from the shelf. Kebe asked her mom, "Mama, where do milk come from, please?" Mama answered and said, "Milk comes from the animal cow." A cow is a big animal that lives on a farm. Yogurt and cheese are food that also come from cow. Kebe. Parent asked the child, "Have you eaten yogurt or cheese? Tell me, how do they taste?" Pause and allow the child to answer. Then say, "Thank you. Your answer is correct." Mrs. Flomo said other food that comes from cow are beef, steak, and liver. Kebe said, "Thank you, Mama." As they walked around the supermarket, there were other people in the supermarket buying things for the family as well. Seeing the eggs in the fridge, Kolu said to her father, "Excuse me, Papa, may I ask you, please?" Mr. Flomo said, "Go ahead, Kolu, and ask me any question you want to." "Do eggs come from cow also?" Kolu asked. Papa answered, "No, Kolu. Egg is a food that comes from chicken. Other foods that come from chicken include chicken breast meat, drumstick, and liver," said Mr. Flomo. Thank you, Papa," said Kolu. Mrs. Flomo then said, "There are foods that come from pig as well. They are ham, sausage, pork luncheon meat, and pig feet." Kebe and Kolu said, "Mama and Papa, we have learned so much today. We will tell all our friends at school about the different kinds of food that come from animals." Parents say, "This is the end of the story. Isn't it a beautiful story?" Now, let's see if you were listening. I'm going to ask you some questions from the story. Question number 1. What food can we get from cow? Question number 1 again. What food can we get from cow? Question number 2. What food can we get from chicken? Question number 2 again. What food can we get from chicken? Question number 3. What food can we eat from pig? Question number 3 again. What food can we get from pig? Thank you. Now, let's see if your answers are correct. Question number 1. What food can we get from cow? The food we get from cow are milk, yogurt, cheese, beef, steak, and liver. Great job. Question number 2. What food can we get from chicken? Foods we get from chicken are eggs, drumsticks, chicken breast meat, and liver. Great job. Question number 3. What food can we get from pig? Foods we get from pig are ham, pork luncheon meat, pig feet, and sausages. Great job. Now, parents, let us play a game with the children. To play this game, we must follow the below instructions. Draw, color, and cut out the food and animal cards. Pictures from the magazine or other sources can be used as well. Glue the food and animal cards to the cartoon, heavy paper, or old playing cards. Cover with clear contact paper to increase durability, or cover with cooked starch. Show the child the animal food cards and display them on a table or mat. Also, display the food cards across the table and say to the child, match the animal with the food they provide. Play this game with the child as long as the child has interest. Now, parents, let's move on to phonics. Say to the child, today we will be talking about blending consonant and vowel. Repeat after me as we blend the sounds. H plus A gives you H, as in ham. Again, I say H plus A gives you H, as in ham. P plus I gives you P, as in pig. P plus I gives you P, as in pig. P plus O gives you P, as in pork. P plus O gives you P, as in pork. That brings us to the end of today's lesson. Wasn't that wonderful? Let's review what we've learned today. Today, we talked about the different kinds of food we can get from animals, such as milk, cheese, yogurt, eggs, chicken breast, ham, and sausages. We also talked about blending consonant and a vowel. Thank you so much for participating in today's lesson. See you again next time for our next lesson. Please remember to always wash your hands with clean water and soap as frequent as possible, at least every 20 minutes. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds when you are washing your hands. Cover your mouth with tissue or paper towel when you sneeze or cough and throw it away in the trash can and wash your hands. If you do not have a tissue, then sneeze or cough in your elbow and not in your hands. Always wash your hands before you touch any part of your face. Please follow these measures to stay safe. Coronavirus is real. If you have any question or comment, Please text to the following numbers: 0776 851085, 0776 851085, 0886 489241, 0886 489241. That brings us to the end of our lesson for today.